Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be doing a flip through of the Living Off the Land unit from Gather Round Homeschool. Before I get into the actual flip through of the books, I did want to just mention a couple of things. For this unit, I actually opted out of the seatwork journal this time. So the last two units that we've done, Intro to Psychology and Dinosaurs, those both came with, where they didn't come with, but they had the option to add on a seatwork journal. And so I did that for those two units. It worked really great for us. But I'm seeing this recurring theme of my daughter feeling like she's writing too much. She does really well with it, and I've seen a crazy amount of improvement with her. But she has expressed to me several times that she feels like it's just too much writing. So I'm thinking that maybe if I take away the seatwork journal and we kind of do something a little bit different with it, maybe that will kind of alleviate some of that. So yeah, I opted out of the seatwork journal for this, and I actually kind of reallocated those funds so that we could get the MP3 of the teacher's guide, which I'm really excited about. You will not see that in today's video. You will only see the teacher's guide and then the student notebook. And if you happen to be new here, I only have one daughter, and she is currently in the early reader level. So that is what you will see in today's flip through. Let's get into the flip through. We will do teacher's guide first, and then we will do student notebook. So let's get to it. Okay, so here we have the teacher's guide. Now I do buy the one student digital, and I print at home. So this is clearly not Gather Round's print quality. And quite honestly, I normally will laminate the covers, and I just did not do that this time. No particular reason. I guess maybe I was just a little, I was kind of in a hurry or whatever, but anyways, so we have teacher's guide. You're going to see these lines kind of throughout. Just don't mind those if you can. I know it's a little bothersome. Trust me, I get it. So you just have your information here. Always a note to the teacher. So it just tells you about Rebecca, about Gather Round, kind of a day with Gather Round, some of the things that you'll need. This QR code is really helpful. You can just scan that with your phone, and that will take you to all of the extra resources. A lot of them are provided by Gather Round, but then there are some that have been submitted by different moms and dads, that they have kind of found for their kids. You always can go to the Gather Round app as well, and there's a lot of stuff in there, for the different units that you're doing. Here is a letter to the teacher. And then we have a table of contents. Preparing for your journey on the trail, planning a homestead, clearing land, planting a garden, clothing, having fun, lots of good stuff. Of course, there's like a little coloring page you could do there. The recitation. And then here we are into lesson 1. I believe Living Off the Land, because it was the first unit of year 3, this is where the family devotional was introduced. So yeah, you will see that in here if you are used to that, or if you are used to year 1 or year 2, you will find that here, and it's not in any of the others. The reading on this doesn't seem too much, really. And of course, beautiful pictures. Okay, and then here is your day at a glance. Very simple, very easy. And then we are moving on to lesson 2. This is cool, something a little bit different to kind of start with. You're getting into the Oregon Trail, the California Trail. Awesome Pioneer Spotlight. Hopefully this is something that is kind of throughout here. I'm also seeing this notebooking prompt. That is cool. Let's see. Okay, this is just telling you can pause and go into, asking other questions and things like that. But yeah, so this looks like obviously it would correspond, some kind of information in here is corresponding with the notebooking page in the student notebook is what I am assuming from that. All right, and then we are moving on. I will just kind of flip through here and let you guys see the inside. Student notebook. Again, we are in the early reader level. I do bind at the top because I have an early reader, which also means I have an early writer. And so the binding at the top really helps with, so the binding doesn't get in the way. But we have the cover page, obviously. It's just a little note to your student from Rebecca. Here is your table of contents. And then it is carried over to the next page. If you are interested in getting the books list, the scope and sequence, anything like that, that all is also found through that QR code that I was telling you about on the website for this unit. It's just not included because of the extra printing. Your recitation, and then we are into the notebooking page for lesson 1. Here is spelling. So this was another thing that I wanted to mention too. Another reason why I had kind of opted out of the seatwork journal was because I did notice that spelling and vocab are kind of built into the student notebook, at least for the early reader level. And so I felt like we kind of would be just practicing extra. We would just be doing the same thing. She's already getting practice here, so I didn't feel like we needed the practice in the seatwork journal. So we'll kind of do something a little bit different with the journal. Again, I'm not exactly sure how that will work out, but I did want to point out there is spelling and vocab already in the student notebook. Okay, here is a history page. This is the Homestead Act. We are still in lesson 1. Okay, and then here we are moving into, this is the notebooking page for lesson 2. So I am just going to kind of do my best to get most of this in for you, at least to kind of give you a little bit of an idea. And same thing, I will just kind of flip through here so you guys can see.
the student notebook for the early reader level.
All right, there you have it. That is the inside of Living Off the Land from Gather Round Homeschool. I will have a video coming out that will show you some of the books that I have picked for this unit, as well as a couple of the kind of extra hands-on things that we are going to be doing. One thing that I think is important to mention is Rebecca did say that this unit does have a lot more hands-on activities. That's just kind of the nature of the unit, with it being, Oregon Trail, homesteading, westward expansion, that type of thing. Like, the activities are making butter and learning how to sew and building, little wagons and building log houses and things like that. So there are a lot of hands-on activities. So just something to kind of keep in mind if you are thinking about doing this unit sometime in the future. It is a little bit more hands-on than some of the other units, but I'm very, very excited about it. And I hope this helps you guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.